No, once the plant is there, it's good. Those are the industrial grade. I use those to plant the signatures.
Today, we are with Jaymie. She's the founder of Bakery Co. Jaymie, can you tell your story on why you started your business?
Yes, I started my business because I am actually a foods teacher or a baking teacher in high school, and I love it so much. And this is also my outlet for just all the stresses in life. And so I created breads. I've bought or made cookies and brownies, anything that it just makes me happy. And it's also helped in a lot of our personal journeys and just being a family and things like that. So that's how I started it.
Well, I don't blame you, especially with inflation now.
Yes.
Knowing how to make your own bread will become handy.
Yes, definitely. And where it's all natural ingredients, it's better for you and it's just fresh. And yeah, where it's natural, there's no preservatives or anything like that in it.
So can you tell me more about why did you pick bread or not cinnamon roll or muffin, and why bread?
The reason why I chose bread is because everyone likes bread. Everyone makes their sandwiches. Everyone has it with their dinner. I grew up with a family who always had bread and butter with our dinner. And so this is just something that is comforting and everyone likes it. Like it's something that everyone can enjoy, and it's honestly, it takes time, but it's a pretty easy thing to make with the right equipment.
And I know you say you're a school teacher.
Yes.
And how long have you been a school teacher right now?
I have been a school teacher for 12 years.
And you've been teaching bakery or home aids?
Yeah, so at home ec, it's now called Family and Consumer Sciences, but...
There you go.
Yeah.
We have to be political correct.
It's all good. It's all good. But yeah, so I've been doing that for a long time, and I just started doing a baking class probably around 5 years ago for that.
What was the inspiration behind that?
So just going along with the classes that the state has created, they introduced a baking class. And so they had standards and everything ready for us. And so I said, yep, I will teach that. So it's just a new opportunity for me.
And so that was 5 years ago. And
yeah.
You've been coming to vendor show like this 5 years ago? Or when did you start coming?
This one I started coming to probably around 2 years ago. I have another business of just sewing, and so I kind of take turns on what I'm going to be selling at the
There
boutiques.
you go, woman empowerment. We're not going back. So I guess you trade off between this and sewing stuff and whatever the market is.
Yes, yeah, whatever I can see is more. Yeah, what the market is wanting.
Perfect. You do this mostly as a hobbies or what?
Yep. Yeah, right now it's just a hobby, I love baking and also sewing, and so it's just funding my hobby.
Perfect. And one of the things that I see a lot when I come to market like this is that I will see a vendor that come once or twice and they stop coming. What do you think is the hardest part as a vendor coming to market like this?
There's a lot of uncertainty. How many people are coming? What the people are wanting to see, to buy? What, maybe your price point isn't what people are expecting. And so there's a lot of unknown variables when you do markets like this. And so maybe one time you have a bad market. It didn't bring in the money you wanted. That's okay. It happens. Maybe the next time it'll be better. So you just kind of have to sometimes it's great. Sometimes it's not so great, but they're worth coming back to.
I agree. I think sometimes, you have to give it time to build your reputation, your clientele.
Exactly.
For able to pick up. And I think what you said is a perfect example on the uncertainty, because once you make the bread, if you do not sell it, it's either you at the end of the market, you give a discount, and you have to get home.
Yes.
In a situation like this, how do you know how much bread to bring to a market?
Honestly, it's just a matter of I hope I sell this much. So I've made 20 loaves of bread and I hope I sell all that. My plan, if I don't sell it, because it's going to go bad, if I don't, use it in the next day or two, is I really respect the firemen, police, all of them, and I will
First
donate.
responder.
Yes, I will donate anything that I have left over to them as appreciation.
That's nice. I mean, I think you have something in the background of what if I don't sell, what I'm gonna do with the product. I think a lot of vendors struggle with that, especially
Yes.
people that make cookies and stuff like that.
Yes.
And at the end of the market, it's a struggle. They're giving stuff away, like, oh, do you want a free cookie? You want a free? Because they don't have a plan on what's gonna happen next.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I'm glad you have something like that.
Yeah.
And what would be your advice for a vendor that is watching this that want to come? What would you tell them?
Just try it out. Just find something that you like to do. Make a few products of it. Have maybe a variety, and let's just try it out. It's just come, rent a space, and see how it goes. That's what I did starting out a couple years ago, and I started a whole nother thing and doing events. Was just let's try it out and see where it takes us.
You never know. And when you say try it out, I know some vendor complain about the price of the booth fees. What is your take on that? Do you feel like you more than make your booth fees, or do you feel like that's a big thing they should be worried about?
I mean, it is something to worry about because it is an investment. But I've done events at other places where the booth fee is kind of expensive, and I think it's just what you feel is comfortable. If you can afford it and you can do it, like just try it out. The smaller markets, they do have a little bit more inexpensive booth price, and it's enough that, or like the price is enough that you still should try it out, and then make a goal. Just make your booth fee back, and then from there, if you make extra, then that's part of your business and growing your business.
Fair enough. And what's the future for the bakery and co?
I would love to have a little shop or something like that, to sell just all the baked goods and just express my love for baking and cooking. But we will see.
And where can people find you?
So I am on Instagram, Facebook. Just I am local in the Kearns area. So
What is your social media?
Yes, so it's just the Bakery Co.
And they can
just look it up. They will find me. Yeah.
All right, you heard the lady. Go find her.
Yeah.
And support the small woman-owned business.
Thank you.
And thank you for talking to us.
Of
and
course.
good luck today.
Thank you so much.
Today, I'm with Krista. She's the founder, creator of Luminous Healing. Krista, tell us your story. How did you create this?
I had a lot of skin issues from my autoimmune illness, and nothing was working for me for my whole life. And I started playing around with my serum first. So here's my limited edition one. And I just had such great results with that. I started testing it on family and friends, and it just helped people tremendously. And I thought, why am I keeping this a secret to myself? Right. So, I started with my serum, and then just for fun, I started going into soap, and I found that also helped people with sensitive skin. And that just became my main focus, is to create products that help people with sensitive skin and skin issues in general, like psoriasis and eczema. And there's just so many chemicals that are bad in the commercial products nowadays. And I wanted to make something healthy and just without all those extra fillers, something nutritious for your skin. So.
Thank you. I hope JFK Jr. fixed that.
Yeah.
So how long ago did you start?
I started more so like January 2023. So,
Oh, recently.
yes. Yep. So it's been like just over 2 years. Yeah.
And how did you learn this stuff? So how did you learn to make it?
I'm pretty much self-taught in my day job too. I'm a sort of an engineer mechanic in labs with equipment like liquid chromatography and mass spectrometry. So things that you would test, essential oils on, for instance. And so I just did a lot of research, and I have a very strong background and a degree. And I have always dabbled in herbs and gardening as well. And so they all just kind of came together, and I continue to research every day, and I never stop learning.
Eastern medicine.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess your background by profession, you kind of already play with that a little bit, right?
Yeah, I work with chemicals that are, not that great. They're bad chemicals all day. So in the evening, I like to work with good things. So during the day, I'm working with solvents and standards and all sorts of calibration tools. So it's somewhat related, but it's more pharmaceutical and government related.
I see. And when you come to market, is there anything specific you do to make sure your booth look attractive to potential customer?
I'm still working on that every day. I just try to make it easy for folks to see what I have going on. My products change all of the time. I get bored doing the same thing twice. So there's always new things that I have. And so I'm always trying to adapt to that new item.
And depending on the market, is just
right. That too. Yes.
And when you come to market like this, I know, some market you go, there's a lot of high foot traffic, people are buying. But some market you go, you anticipating is going to be, but not many people show up, or if there's a lot of people that show up, they're not buying. How do you know how much product to bring? How do you make sure you bring the right amount of inventory?
It is hard. I try to make products fresh, and so I make them really small hand batch. And then if they sell out, they sell out. And then I just know I need to make that one again. But it's really hard to predict. And so I mostly look at how many events I'm doing, and I just go there with an open mind, and hopefully I just talk to some great people about some of my items, and that's a lot of fun for me too. Even if folks don't buy, it's nice to have a fun conversation with people.
Liz, I know you've been to market for 2 years now. I think one of the consistency thing I see is you see a lot of vendors that are so excited about the product, they make it, and they come one time and they stop coming. What do you think is the hardest part of being a vendor?
I think when an item is multifunctional, or something that they can, I guess the food is a big deal too. It has its own troubles and hardships. But I think items that people need, or they didn't even know that they needed, like I met this one gal that was crocheting, and she just had these wonderful ideas. I don't want to share them out loud because don't want to ruin her kind of thing. But she even was able to make crochet items, super needed items for the household. And so she really was able to market herself in a different way. And so everyone needs soap and bath and body items to a degree. And if you have sensitive skin, you definitely need stuff like I have. So I think it kind of helps sell itself. But yeah, I guess that's my best advice. Multi-use, or something that you can reuse the container of afterward for something else.
During Christmas season, there's a lot of market everywhere. And the price range is all over the place. Some of them are $100 a booth. Some of them are $45 a booth. And how do you go about picking the right market to go to? Do you worry about the price of the booth a lot?
I do. The price of the booth matters a lot to me. I do like to go to really fun events. Like I'm doing a car show in June, for the Giving Grinch. So
no Tesla, please. No Cybertruck.
So I gotcha. So like I I like to do fun stuff like that, but with the winter, I don't know. Sometimes it's so busy and pricey. I don't even do a lot of the holiday events, so I kind of have stayed away from it a little bit to a degree. Yeah.
But do you worry about if you're gonna? I mean, do you feel like you always make your booth fees back, or do you worry about too much? If I sign this is $70. Would I make my booth fees? Would I be able to make a profit? Do you worry
For
about
the
this?
holiday events, definitely, I worry about that. Yeah, to a huge degree. So that's why I don't usually do them. So
Do you always make your booth fees?
I do.
That's good.
Yeah.
Because I think that'll be a very disappointment for most vendors. I think that killed the motivation.
Yes.
If they
Yeah.
cannot make booth fees.
But at the end of the day, when you add up everything, you have to think about the cost of everything, and your time, and it's always kind of close. You know what I mean? So
I mean,
it's fun though. It's a lot of fun.
Let's go deeper on that. When you judging your profit margin,
Yes.
do you base it on, okay, technically a business, right? How long does it take me to make it? My time of driving here, my time I spend here. Because I know some vendors, they just minus the booth fees and, oh, this is profit for me. But technically that's not profit.
Right.
Because if you were paying someone $17 to be here for 4 hours, you have to take that into consideration.
Yeah.
How do you go about and calculating your profit?
I think about gas money, but I mostly think about the raw material cost of my items. So I buy really high quality stuff and I don't want to cut on that. So I end up really thinking about the price of each item and subtracting that out of my profits for the day. And then the booth fee. So it's actually like kind of more of a secondary thing when I'm thinking about my business and how much it costs to make the table look nice and then the items and the materials themselves. So.
You don't really calculate your time. I mean, your time is just part of the business. You just want it.
It's just
You take the
part
loss.
of the funds.
Yeah.
To sacrifice for now, but hopefully it won't always be that way. So
Makes sense.
yeah.
And where do you see the business going forward?
I'm hoping to do less in-person events and do more online, so I can be home making my items outside of my full-time day job. I like to be able to be making even more and creating even more and perfecting things, and I would have more time if I was doing more of an online platform.
And where can people find you then, speaking of online?
I am on Facebook as Luminous Healing and Instagram as Our Luminous Healing, OUR. And then I have my own shop. So it's ourluminoushealing.net. So here's this right here. And that is where you can find all my awesome items and information and all the details there. And I do ship all over America. And I do a flat rate package, and we make them look really nice for shipping. So they're great gifts.
Thank you.
I guess last question for you. When you come to a market like this, do you calculate the customer, the amount of people that view your product? Because as a potential benefits, if you don't sell that much, but there was a lot of views, a lot of people took your business card, do you calculate that? Because that could be.
I do notice what people like and don't like. And I take that into consideration when I'm making my products, but at the same time, it changes every time I'm here. So each market, people are into a completely different thing. I could sell out of my body butters one time and not have them look at all at my body butters at another event. So I mostly just have my own fun and just try to make things that are more of like healing and soothing for the skin sort of thing. And then I just focus mainly on that. What's fun for me to make, what helps people. So.
Krista, thank you for chatting with us.
Thank you.
And good luck in your endeavor, okay?
Thank you.
Perfect.